Deuteronomy 6:4. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh, our God, is one Lord. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh only.
Shalom, Barakatah. This is High Priest called Halal of the Law, also known as Calvin Israel, back with another video lesson, giving all praises, honor, power, glory, dominion, majesty, reverence, blessings, worship, love, and admiration to the Most High, Yahweh, and Yahweh only. Double honors, triple honors to Yahweh and Yahweh only. No by Hashem. Understand that? All right. Now, the title of today's video lesson is Islam is Crafty Idolatry. Yes, Islam is crafty idolatry. Contrary to popular belief, because Islam is the second biggest religion in the world with over 2 billion people believing this garbage, right? But Islam is crafty idolatry, and the biggest lie that's going around is that Islam is the practice of worshiping one God. But the trick is that Allah is multiple spirits acting as one God. And that places you into idolatry. So they lie and say that Allah is one God, but how the Quran describes Allah. The Quran describes Allah as multiple spirits acting as one God. And the God of the Torah, the true God, the Almighty, Yahweh, He's one deity controlling all spirits. But Allah is multiple spirits acting as one God. Something like a trinity. Okay? And we're going to be proving that in this video lesson so that we can pull our people out of this gross, abominable sin of idolatry that they are trapped in Islam. Because we have a lot of Muslim lights. We have a lot of Hebrew brothers that believe that they are Muslims. We have a lot of brothers believing that this is a religion for all mankind, when it was originally written in Arabic for the Arabic people, and it's not for all people. For a long time, these Arabs, they didn't even want the Quran translated into another language for other people to read it. It doesn't say that in the Quran, that it's for all mankind. It says it's for Arab people. Okay, and we're going to get into all of that later. But this video lesson right here is focusing on the idolatry that is in the Quran. Okay, so share this video, thumb up this video, because the shadow bans is crazy on the Israelites, the real true Israelites that's pushing this truth out. Even if you're a Christian light and you pushing a little truth out, they got the shadow bans heavy on you. Right, so you know they got the shadow bans heavy on the full truth. Yeah, serving the Most High God, Yahweh only. No idol shy, none of that. You know, they going to have the shadow. Oh, man, they stepped up the technology, man. They stepped up the shadow ban. they stepped it up, man. They got shadow bands of mass destruction. But it's all good though, you know. We know it's getting out, but make sure that you share this so we can pull our people up out of idolatry and bring them into the truth. As I've been doing that. I've been pulling our brothers out of all kind of idolatry of the gospel, you know, following idol shy, pulling our brothers out of gangs, worshiping a damn bandana or a turf top, city block, whatever, a project building. You know, it's real disgusting out there. And also pulling our brothers out of this disgusting, abominable, unholy Quran. So we got a lot to be bringing out. So let's get off into the video lesson. And we're proving that Islam is crafty idolatry. You know, they're putting you into idolatry very deceitfully. But if you can catch it, and then you know and you see what it is. And it's very easy to see. It's very easy to see. Okay? So let's jump right in. Now we're in Surah. Surah means chapter. We're in Surah 27. The Quran is not like the Holy Bible. The Holy Bible has a bunch of books by a bunch of different prophets. And this is just one book from one false prophet. So it just has a bunch of chapters in it. And the chapters are called Surah. Okay, so Surah 27, verse 17. Here's a false story about King Solomon. And we're proving that Islam is crafty idolatry. Okay, so Surah 27, verse 17. Solomon forces of jinn. Now, a jinn is a demon. And it says that Solomon had forces of demons, forces of jinn. You know, Solomon forces of jinn, humans and birds were railed for him. Salakia was rallied for him, perfectly organized. So he has a force, an army of demons. So then we're going to jump down to verse 38. Solomon asked, "O chiefs." So this translation calls these jinns chiefs. Now, in another translation, it says, "O jinns." So this one says chiefs. So he's talking to the demons, the jinn. "O chiefs, which of you can bring me her throne before they come to me in full submission?" So he's asking for the Queen Sheba's throne. He's asking for Queen Sheba's throne. The throne of Queen Sheba. One mighty jinn responded. See, told you. He's speaking to demons. One mighty jinn responded, "I can bring it to you before you rise from this council of yours, and I am quite strong and trustworthy for this task." But the one who had knowledge of the scriptures said, so another jinn said, "I can bring it to you." in the blink of an eye. So when Solomon saw it placed before him, he exclaimed, "This is by the grace of my Lord." What? This is by the grace of my Lord? To test me whether I am grateful or ungrateful? Who's his Lord? Well, who brought him the throne? The jinn brought him the throne. So he's calling the jinn his Lord. Right? Read it again from the top. But the one who had knowledge of the scriptures said, "I can bring it to you in the blink of an eye." So when Solomon saw it placed before him, he exclaimed, "This is by the grace of my Lord, to test me whether I am grateful or ungrateful." So this demon gave him Queen Sheba's throne. And he said it's by the grace of his Lord. Right? So, from the top. But the one who had knowledge of the scripture says, "I can bring it to you in the blink of an eye." So when Solomon saw it placed before him, he exclaimed, "This is by the grace of my Lord, to test me whether I am grateful or ungrateful. And whoever is grateful, it is only for their own good. But whoever is ungrateful, surely my Lord is self-sufficient, most generous." Then Solomon said, "Disguise her throne for her so we may see whether she will recognize it or she will not be able to." So when she arrived, it was said to her, "Is your throne like this?" She replied, "It looks to be the same. We have already received knowledge of Solomon's prophethood before this miracle and have submitted to Allah." But she had been hindered by what she used to worship instead of Allah, for she was indeed from a disbelieving people. Queen Sheba is the queen of Ethiopia. Then she was told, "Enter the palace." But when she saw the hall, she thought it was a body of water, so she bared her legs. Solomon said, "It is just a palace paved with crystal." At last she declared, "My Lord, I have certainly wronged my soul. Now I fully submit myself along with Solomon to Allah, the Lord of all worlds." All from what this jinn had did. And Solomon calls this jinn, this demon, Lord. Right? So we go to 15. Verse 15, it says, "Indeed, we granted knowledge to David and Solomon, and they said in acknowledgement, all praise is for Allah, who has privileged us over many of his faithful servants." Right? So they are acknowledging that Allah is Lord, and they are praising Allah. And we just seen that Solomon called the jinn his Lord. Okay. So Allah is a force of demons. So let's let's go to Surah 32. Let's go to Surah 32. Now, this site right here is not a very good site, but we're going to bear with it. It's not very many sites for the Quran. So we got Surah 13. No, we're going to go to Surah 32, verse 13. Surah 32, verse 13. Bear with me. This is messing up. Okay. Surah 32, verse 13. And we're going to see how it goes from we to me. And it reads, had we willed, we could have easily imposed guidance on every soul. But my word will come to pass. I will surely fill up hell with jinn and humans all together. So it went from we to my word. It says, had we willed, we could have easily imposed guidance on every soul. This is Allah talking to the false prophet Mohammed. Right? I call it Xla. But so that everyone can understand, I'm not going to use the slang words and the slang names. I'm trying to edify our people seriously because this is crafty idolatry. All right. Had we willed, we could have easily imposed guidance on every soul. But my word will come to pass. I will surely fill up hell with jinn and humans all together. So taste the punishment for neglecting the meeting of this day of yours. We, too, will certainly neglect you. So it went from we to my, now back to we. We, too, will certainly neglect you and taste the torment of eternity for what you used to do. Okay, so it went from we to my, I, back to we. Allah is multiple spirits acting as one God. Now let's go to Surah 23. Excuse me. This site be messing up. Surah 23, verse 112. This is Surah 23, verse 112, and it reads, He will ask them, how many years did you remain on earth? So it's going to go to he to we. He will ask them, how many years did you remain on earth? They will reply, we remained only a day or part of a day. but ask those who kept count. He will say, you only remained for a little while, if only you knew. But you then think that we had created you without purpose and that you would never be returned to us. Went from singular to plural real quick. And that is because Allah is multiple spirits acting as one God. Let's run through that again. We're going to start at 112. This is Surah 23, verse 112. He will ask them, he, singular, will ask them, how many years did you remain on earth? They will reply, we remained only a day or part of a day, but ask those who kept count. He will say, you only remained for a little while, if only you knew. Did you then think that we had created you without purpose? We is plural. Do you then think that we have created you without purpose and that you would never be returned to us? Us is plural. So it goes from he to we real quick. All right. And that is because Islam is crafty idolatry. Now, we're here in the same chapter. Let's go up. And we're going to go to verse 12. Let's go to verse 12. This is Surah 23, verse 12. And you're going to see that the we is Allah. And indeed, we created humankind for an extract of clay. Salakia, from an extract of clay. Then placed each human as a sperm drop in a secure place. Then we developed the drop into a clinging clot. Then developed the clot into a lump of flesh. Then developed the lump into bones. Then clothed the bones with flesh. Then we brought it into being as a new creation. So blessed is Allah, the best of creators. So we created all this. We did this. We did that. We put flesh on the bones. So blessed is Allah, the best of creators. So who is Allah? If he's the creator, he's the we that's doing the creating, the spirits that's doing the creating. Right? Then we developed the drop into a clinging clot. Then developed the clot into a lump of flesh. Then developed the lump into bones. Then clothed the bones with flesh. Then we brought it into being as a new creation. Who's doing the creation? Who's doing the creating? The we. We brought it into being as a new creation. So blessed is Allah, the best of creators. So Who's Allah? The we that's doing the creating. The one that brought the being as a new creation. We brought it into being as a new creation. So blessed is Allah, the best of creators. Who's the creator? The we, man. You see that? Allah is multiple spirits acting as one God. It's idolatry, man. You can't see that? Now, surely I know you can see it. You just needed the high priest to point it out to you. You can see it now. I know you can see it. And if you can't see it now, we're going to just keep running it down because it's in multiple places, because this is really what it is. It's not no misinterpreting the text or anything, because it's in multiple places and it's just common sense stuff. It reads how it reads because it is what it is. Don't get mad at me for calling it for what it is, because I'm going to give it to you straight, raw and uncut, right? So this is Surah 2, verse 28. How can you deny Allah? You were lifeless and He gave you life. Then He will cause you to die and again bring you to life. And then to Him you will all return. Okay. So, all right. Who just gave you life? We seen that the we gave you creation. We got to go there. All right. So now we're going to Surah 2:281. Here's Surah 2, verse 281. Be mindful of the day when you will all be returned to Allah. Then every soul will be paid in full for what it has done, and none will be wronged. Okay. So now we're going to go to let's go to Surah 19, verse 95. Surah 19, verse 95. And each of them will return to Him on the day of judgment, all alone. Now let's go to Surah 25. We go to Surah 25 and verse 21. Those who do not expect to meet us say, if only the angels were sent down to us, or we could see our Lord. They have certainly been carried away by their arrogance and have entirely exceeded all limits. But on the day they will see the angels, there will be no good news for the wicked. Who will cry, keep away from us? Then we will turn to whatever good deeds they did, reducing them to scattered dust. But wait, we just read that they will see Allah alone. Now it's you will see us. We will do this. Right? It says right here, back to verse 21, those who did not expect to meet us say, if only the angels were sent down. The us is the angels, right? So multiple spirits, multiple angels, multiple jinn are acting as one God, and that's Allah. Those who do not expect to meet us say, if only the angels were sent down to us, or we could see our Lord. They have certainly been carried away by their arrogance and have entirely exceeded all limits. But on the day they will see the angels, there will be no good news for the wicked, who will cry, keep away from us. Then we will turn to whatever good deeds they did, reducing them to scattered dust. Back here at 1995, chapter 19, verse 95, and each of them will return to him on the day of judgment all alone. But we just read that they were going to be seen by us, the angels, and we will scatter them to dust. Here's Surah 281. Be mindful of the day when you will all be returned to Allah. Then every soul will be paid in full for what it has done, and none will be wronged. Okay? So the we is Allah. Islam is crafty idolatry, and you got to catch it. You know? Allah is multiple spirits acting as one God. So let's go to Surah 11. This is interesting and very foolish. This is Surah 11, verse 69. And have your sword, have your Torah ready, because I'm not going to jump. Well, I'm not going to put the Torah verses on the screen. I can read it for you. I got my sword right here. I can read it for you. I'm going to go to it and read it. But follow along. Okay, so let's go to Surah 11, verse 69. And here we see that these spirits, they say that Yahweh is their angel. Look, check it out. They say that Yahweh is their angel. Look, Surah 11, verse 69. And surely our, plural, messenger, angels, came to Abraham with good news of a son. They greeted him with peace, and he replied, peace be upon you. Then it was not long before he brought them a fat roasted calf. And when he saw that their hands did not reach for the food, he became suspicious and fearful of them. They reassured him, do not be afraid. We are angels sent only against the people of Lot. Okay. So this poly angel god Allah, or, this gang of spirits, they said that they sent Yahweh, because how the story goes that, that they are twisting in the Torah, Yahweh came down with two angels. But here it says in Surah 11, verse 69, it says, and surely our messenger, our angels, are. This is like a gang of angels, like a gang of spirits, a gang of jinn saying, our, that's plural, our angels came to Abraham with good news of a son. Right? So let's get that, what they talking about. And in the Torah, that's Genesis 18, and we can start at verse 1. Okay. So let's get that. I'm flipping to it right now in the book. And it reads, and Yahweh appeared unto him in the plains of Mamre, and he sat in the tent door in the heat of the day. It says Yahweh, Lord in all caps, is Yahweh. And Yahweh appeared unto him in the plains of Mamre, and he sat in the tent of the door in the heat of the day. But this says that, and surely our messengers came. Right? But that's Yahweh right there. Yahweh appeared. Yahweh is not an angel. Yahweh is greater than an angel. He's the creator of the angels. And Yahweh appeared unto him in the plains of Mamre, and he sat in the tent door in the heat of the day, and he lifted up his eyes and looked, and lo, 3 men stood by him. And when he saw them, he ran to meet them from the tent door and bowed himself toward the ground and said, my Lord, if now I have found favor in thy sight, pass not away, I pray thee, from thy servants. Let a little water, I pray you, be fetched, and wash your feet, and rest yourselves under the tree, and I will fetch a morsel of bread and comfort ye your hearts. After that ye shall pass on, for therefore are ye come to your servant? And they said, so do as thou hast said. And Abraham hasted into the tent unto Sarah and said, make ready quickly 3 measures of fine meal kneaded, and make cakes upon the hearth. And Abraham ran unto the herd and fetched a calf, tender and good. So that's why they say right here in Surah 11, verse 69, it was not long before he brought them a fat roasted calf. All right. Because here in Genesis 18, verse 7, it says, Abraham ran unto the herd and fetched a calf, tender and good, and gave it unto a young man, and he hasted to dress it. And he took butter and milk and the calf which he had dressed, and set it before them, and he stood by them under the tree, and they did eat. And they said unto him, where is Sarah thy wife? And he said, behold, in the tent. And he said, I will certainly return unto thee according to the time of life. And lo, Sarah, thy wife, shall have a son. And Sarah heard it in the tent door, which was behind him. Now Abraham and Sarah were old and well stricken in age, and it ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of women. Therefore Sarah laughed within herself, saying, after I am waxed old, shall I have pleasure, my Lord being old also? And Yahweh, that's Lord in all caps, and Yahweh said unto Abraham, wherefore did Sarah laugh, saying, shall I of a surety bear a child which am old? Is anything too hard for Yahweh? At the time appointed, I will return unto you according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son. Then Sarah denied, saying, I laughed not, for she was afraid. And he said, nay, but thou did laugh. And when the men rose up from thence and looked toward Sodom, right? And Abraham went with them to bring them on the way. And Yahweh said, shall I hide from Abraham that thing which I do, seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him? For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of Yahweh, to do justice and judgment, that Yahweh may bring upon Abraham that which he has spoken of him. And Yahweh said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which is come unto me. And if not, I will know. And the men turned their faces from thence and went toward Sodom. But Abraham stood yet before Yahweh. So the 2 angels that was with Yahweh, they went to Sodom to meet Lot and to bring Lot and his family out of Sodom because it was about to be destroyed with fire and brimstone from Yahweh. Okay. The two men went down to Sodom, but Abraham stood yet before Yahweh. Lord in all caps, that's Yahweh. Right? That's how the translators translated the Hebrew name of Yahweh into English, just as Lord in all caps. Okay? So this is saying that these angels sent their angel Yahweh to Abraham. That's blasphemy, man. That's blasphemy. You know, it's just foolishness. These damn A-rats and their damn foolish Arabic Quran. All of this falsehood, man. It's really reprehensible. Let's see. Let's go to Surah 18, verse 47. And it says, Surah 18, verse 47. Beware of the day we will blow the mountains away. We will blow the mountains away. And you will see the earth laid bare. And we will gather all humankind, leaving none behind. Verse 48. They will be presented before your Lord in rows. And the deniers will be told, you have surely returned to us all alone as we created you the first time, although you always claim that we would never appoint a time for your return. You hear that? You hear that? They will be presented before your Lord in rows. Before your Lord in rows. And the deniers will be told, you have surely returned to us all alone. Right? Didn't we just read in, I believe it was Surah 281 and Surah 1995, that they will return to Allah alone? Okay, pay attention. Right? They will be presented before your Lord in rows, and the deniers will be told, you have surely returned to us. So who's the Lord? The us. All alone. As we created you the first time, although you always claim that we would never appoint a time for your return. This is idolatry, man. The worship of multiple gods is idolatry. This is multiple spirits acting as Allah, acting as one God. So Allah consists of multiple spirits as one. Allah is multiple spirits acting as one. That's idolatry. But they don't tell you this. If you're not reading the Quran and a Muslim will give you just a summary of what they believe, they'll say, we believe in one God. They're not going to say that that one God is multiple spirits acting as one God. And this is how it reads. All right. Now let's go to Surah 21, verse 25. Surah 21, verse 25. Surah 21, verse 25. Yeah, the Most High God gave the high priest all of these cuts and burns on the Quran. All praises be to the Most High God for this. This is giving our people life, salvation. We're freeing their souls from the hot and rusty chains of Islam. All praises be to the Most High God. You see how he's using the high priest? All praises be to the Most High God. A lot of people are jealous of the high priest because the Most High God ain't giving them no revelation, right? But you know it's YOZ to the saints are free. We're going to get the kingdom together and we're going to be squashing these jealous suckers, and everybody is going to see us lifted up over these jealous suckers and all over these rebellious children and all up over these idolaters. Yeah, that's right. This is Surah 21, verse 25. We never sent a messenger before you, O prophet, without revealing to him there is no God worthy of worship except me. So worship me alone. Well, it just says we. It went from we to me. The we is he. We never sent a messenger before you, O prophet, without revealing to him there is no God worthy of worship except me. So worship me alone. We to me. See? This is crafty idolatry. Allah is multiple spirits acting as one God. Okay, so let's go to Surah 21, verse 30. Let's go down to 30. Do the disbelievers not realize that the heavens and the earth were once one mass, then we split them apart and we created from water every living thing? Will they not then believe? Let's read that again. Let me make sure that that's in the screen. Do the disbelievers not realize that the heavens and the earth were once one mass, then we, plural, split them apart, and we, plural, created from water every living thing? Will they not then believe? So, who created earth? Was it multiple spirits, multiple angels, or was it the Most High God, Yahweh alone? So let's go, because they're throwing up a wrench up in the creation story, and they're putting it as a plural. They're making it plural, saying that they did it. Right? So let's see who really did it. Let's go to Genesis 1, chapter 1, verse 7. This is Genesis chapter 1, verse 7. And God, singular, made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. So it was God. It was God that divided it. He split it. Let's go to Genesis 1, verse 21. And God, singular. This is Genesis 1, verse 21. And God, singular, created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. So, who created every living thing? Because in the Quran, right here in Surah 21, verse 30, it says, we created from the waters. We, that's plural. We created from the water every living thing. But here it says in Genesis 1, verse 21, and God created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God, singular, saw that it was good. This is plural over here. They lying. That's idolatry right there. All right, because now we're going to go to Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah 45. And we're going to see what he told a Arab, a Persian, right? King Cyrus. So they should have already knew this. And we're going to go to Isaiah 45, verse 11. And it reads, Isaiah 45, verse 11. Thus says Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, and his maker. Because he's the maker. Yahweh is the maker. He's the maker also. He's the Holy One, and he's also the maker. Ask me, singular, of things to come concerning my sons, the Israelites, and concerning the work of my hands. Command ye me. I, singular, have made the earth and created man upon it. I, singular, even my, singular, hands have stretched out the heavens, and all their host have I, singular, commanded. He said he did it with his own bare hands. So what's up with the we? We created from water every living thing. We created this and we created that. Look at this. And then you go to verse 31 in Surah 21. And we have placed firm mountains upon the earth so it does not shake with them, and made in it broad pathways so they may find their way. Man, come on now. Get up out of here with that. That's crazy, man. So let's go. That's idolatry. Let's keep cutting it up. Oh yeah, we're gonna keep cutting. Because we got this true understanding. We got this true fire. And right now, it's combustion. Yeah, combustion is taking place right now, man. Completely setting this Quran on fire. Let's go to Surah 6, verse 121. Surah 1, verse 21. And do not eat of what is not slaughtered in Allah's name, for that would certainly be an act of disobedience. Surely the devils whisper to their human associates to argue with you. If you were to obey them, then you too would be the polytheists. Okay. Now let's go to 41. Let's go to Surah 41. You can write down these cuts, take notes, so you can show these Arats that they are in idolatry. You can show these Muslim lights that they are in idolatry. Okay, 41, 31. We are your supporters in this world. We are your supporters in this worldly life and in the hereafter. There you will have whatever your soul desire, and there you will have whatever you ask for. Let's go to 42. It says, I'll read it again. We're gonna read it. We're gonna come back to it. Don't worry about it. Okay, so we go to 42. We're gonna bring it all together. Just bear with me. "46. Happy Sabbath. I'm back. Surah 42, verse 46. They will have no protectors to help them against Allah, and whoever Allah leaves to stray for them, there is no way." Okay. So the angels are your allies, and there's no allies other than Allah. You see that? The angels are your allies, and there's no allies other than Allah. So the angels are Allah. They will have no protectors to help them against Allah. And whoever Allah leaves to stray, for them there is no way. 41:31. We are your supporters in this worldly life and in the hereafter. There you will have whatever your soul desires, and there you will have whatever you ask for. So you see that? You see that now? And right here in Surah 6, 121, do not eat of what is not slaughtered in Allah's name, for that would certainly be an act of disobedience. Surely the devils whisper to their human associates to argue with you. If you were to obey them, then you too would be polytheists. All right, so let's go to Surah. Let's go to Surah 2:49. Salakia, bear with me. This site is all messed up. Surah 2:49. Remember how we delivered you from the people of Pharaoh who afflicted you with dreadful torment, slaughtering your sons and keeping your women. That was a severe test from your Lord. It says that it was these multiple spirits that delivered us from out of Egypt. But that's not what Torah teaches. That's not the original story. That's not how it goes, okay? You got it messed up. And let's go and get that. It says, we're going to read it again. It says, remember how we delivered you. That's we, that's plural, delivered you from the people of Pharaoh. Okay, well, let's go over here to Exodus. Exodus 20, verse 2. Exodus 20, verse 2, and it reads, I, singular, am Yahweh, thy God, which have brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Yahweh says he did it. But here in the Quran, it says, we delivered you. This is like what? Some rebellious fallen angels or something? This is crazy here in this unholy Quran. Right? Just complete rebellion, complete foolishness. It's just foolishness from a foolish people. But they actually think that this is the truth. They actually think that they're going to get some type of paradise, right? And they got a lot of crazy fear tactics in this Quran. Like if you don't believe, you're going to be tortured and tormented. And you just see how they are putting condemnation on themselves, because this is really falsehood. And those tortures are going to be granted to them that they wanted to put on everybody else for not believing this falsehood, right? So let's go to Surah. We go to Surah 2, verse 53. Is it pulling it up? It's not pulling it up. Well, we're going to try it one more time. Surah 2, verse 53. Okay, it's not pulling that one up. This site is crazy. All right. Well, we can go on to the next one because we got so many cuts and burns on this unholy Quran. So let's see, will they pull up this one? Let's see. Surah. Let's go to Surah 57. Surah 2, verse 57. Okay. There we go. There we go. So if they brought up, we're going to go to 53. We're going to get it. We're going to go, because we wanted 53 to begin with, right? So we're going to go get it, right? And it says right here in Surah chapter 2, verse 53, and remember when we gave Moses the scriptures, the decisive authority, that perhaps you will be rightly guided. And remember when we gave Moses the scripture. Hold on. No, don't try to make Yahweh a damn multiple God, multiple spirits in one, some type of poly-God. No. The Most High God is alone, really. He's the creator, really. So he's slapping down these angels, man. He's slapping these spirits, man. He's crushing, he's stepping on these spirits, man. He's so high up, right? But look what they saying. And remember when let me raise that up a little bit more. And remember when we gave Moses the scriptures, the decisive authority that perhaps you would be rightly guided. Oh, really? Well, let's go in here into Torah and see who gave Moses the scripture. Because it's right here in Exodus chapter 31, verse 18. This is Exodus chapter 31, verse 18. And he, singular, gave unto Moses when he, singular, had made an end of communing with him upon Mount Sinai 2 tables of testimony, tables of stone, written with the finger of God, singular. So God gave the scriptures to Moses. But this is saying we, plural, gave Moses the scriptures. Islam is crafty idolatry. So if you worshiping a Allah, you're worshiping multiple spirits that are unclean and demonic. Jinns. All right. This guy, the false prophet Mohammed, was twacked out. All right. So, let's go back there. That's 249. Now we're going to go get 257. So 257 now. Right. This is Surah 257. And remember when we shaded you with clouds and sent down to you manna and quails, saying, eat from the good things we have provided for you. The evildoers certainly did not wrong us, but wronged themselves. Oh, really? They sent down the mammon? Let's go to see who really sent down the mammon. Let's go to Exodus 16, verse 4. This is Exodus 16, verse 4. Then said Yahweh unto Moses, behold, I, singular, will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day, that I may prove them whether they will walk in my law or no. So, where is the we? It just says, I will rain bread. That's singular. But this we, and remember when we shaded you with clouds and sent down to you mammon. That's plural. Pump your brakes. Look, you have to be on guard, because you see these crafty traps to place you in idolatry. Islam is the second biggest religion with over 2 billion Muslims. And look how they are all in this secret idolatry, this abominable sin. And a lot of them don't even know it. They just spiritually sleep. They're like cattle. I mean, they got eyes. You can see them looking at you, but they can't see what's going on. It's like a cattle, it's like a cow. He just conveniently got all of this grass piled up in front of him, and he's just chewing grass, and he can see that the grass is there, but he can't see that he's being fattened for the slaughter. Right? They don't know what's going on, man. Right? So, let's go to Surah 11. Yeah, back to back. It's all over this damn book. These Arabs, man, they're filthy. These are wicked, twisted heathens. These Arabs. Look what they done did to sincere people that is trying to seek righteousness and godliness. All out of jealousy and envy. That jealousy and envy spirit is real, because they are jealous of the true chosen people, the Israelites, trying to hijack the position and, just messing everything up. Messing up the natural order of God. Man, can never respect these people, man. That's why the Most High God is raining judgment on them right now. And their babies are being crushed under buildings in Gaza. Yeah, man. So, judgment is raining. We in that day. All praise be to the Most High God. Now, we're not racist and hateful, right? But it's judgment coming to all nations. And we don't sugarcoat that. Yeah, we teach about the judgment that's coming to the enemy nations and all of the wicked people that are in these enemy nations. Now, is it some deceived people and they are good and they are not haters of the children of Israel? Yeah, it is. It's some good Arab people that have love for the real Israelites, and they know who the real Israelites are. But majority of them are hateful because they follow this hateful Quran. You know, it just makes you a hater. It just makes you just deceived and an idolater. So we're going to go to Surah 11, verse 77. And it says, when our messengers, angels, right? When our, that's plural. When our messenger, angels, came to Lot, he was distressed and worried by their arrival. He said, this is a terrible day. Now let's go to 1181. Let's jump down to verse 81. The angel said, O Lot, we are the messengers of your Lord. Did you catch it? The angel said, O Lot, we are the messengers of your Lord. The messengers of your Lord. We'll go to 77 again. When our messengers, the angels, are is plural, are. So the R is being called Lord because it's their messengers. And when you go to 81, it says, the angel said, O Lot, we are the messengers of your Lord. Who sent those messengers to Lot? Back to 77. When our messengers, the angels, came to Lot, right? It's these multiple spirits acting as Allah that sent these angels. It's a plural God. This is a poly God. But this Quran lies to you and say that it's not in certain places. But how it's written up, that it really is. Right? And the Most High God is going to make them tell on themselves whenever they're trying to deceive people. Right? So let's read that again. Surah 11, verse 77. When our messengers, the angels, right, came to Lot, let's go to 81. The angel said, O Lot, we are the messengers of your Lord. But that R said that these messengers are their messengers. They will never reach you. So travel with your family in the dark of the night, and do not let any of you look back except your wife. So they tell his wife to look back. She will certainly suffer the fate. Let none look back except your wife. They set her up to die. All right. Oh man, this is crazy. This is crazy, man. All right, so let's go to 34 in the same chapter, man. This is a whole bunch of foolishness from just dumb A-rats, man. They're stupid. Man, Most High ain't dealing with these A-rats. Hey, look how stupid this sounds. This is a stupid religious book, man. you could just tell that a person is just was not intelligent, whoever wrote this, man. Then they had no knowledge of the Most High God, no knowledge of Torah whatsoever, and we're going to keep burning it in multiple places. We're going to burn it all over because don't nobody got more cuts and burns on the Quran than the high priest. High priest called Allah. Yeah. So this is 1134. And it's saying they worship the polyangel Lord alone, right? This is crafty idolatry, man. Look, check this out. My advice, this is Surah 11, verse 34. My advice will not benefit you, no matter how hard I try. If Allah wills for you to stray, He is your Lord, and to Him you will all be returned. Right? He is your Lord. He is your Lord, and to Him you will all be returned. So let's go to Surah 21. Surah 21, verse 92. Surah 21, verse 92. O prophets, indeed, this religion of yours is only one, and I am your Lord. So worship me alone. Right? So the angels, they are requiring you to worship them. Because like we've been proving during this whole video lesson, during this whole presentation, the we is the he. Allah is multiple spirits acting as one God, and they are requiring you to worship them. Right? They're asking for worship. And some people would say, Gabriel, the angel Gabriel, is talking to the false prophet Mohammed. And we're going to prove that that is a lie. Let's go and prove that that is a lie. Let's go to Surah 19. This is Surah 19, verse 16. See, a person can tell you anything when you haven't read it. When you haven't went in and did your own research and read the book, they can tell you anything. That's why it's so many so-called black Muslims, because you want to hide something from a Negro, just put it in a book. You know, just tell them that the Quran is for all people and they're going to believe it because, you know, they don't read. A lot of people don't read, right? So you think that Gabriel is talking to this false prophet because that's what they say. But the Quran says something different. And it says right here in Surah 19, verse 16, and mention in the book, O prophet, the story of Mary when she withdrew from her family to a place in the east. Verse 17, screening herself off from them, then we sent to her our angel Gabriel. But wait, I thought this was Gabriel that was talking to Mohammed. No, it's a we that's talking to Mohammed, right? And they talking about this angel. Gabriel is their angel, not the Most High God. Yahweh is not one God, but it's their angel. Our angel is plural. Then we sent to her our angel Gabriel, appearing before her as a man perfectly formed. All right, so then you want to go over here. You go to, let's go to Surah 21. Let's go to Surah 21, verse 91. And remember, this is Surah 21, verse 91. And remember the one who girded her chastity, so we breathed into her through our angel Gabriel, making her and her son a sign for all peoples. But I thought this was Gabriel talking to Muhammad. Nope. This is some type of poly spirit that is talking to Muhammad. Right? That's how it's written up. Like, and remember the one who girded her chastity, so we, that's plural, we, plural, breathed into her through our, plural, angel Gabriel. How can this be Gabriel talking to him? Down to verse 92 in Surah 21. O prophet, indeed, this religion of yours is only one, and I am your Lord, so worship me alone. Wait, it was just a we that was talking to him in verse. In context, it was a we talking to him in verse 91. Just right here, look, he's talking to him. Look. And remember the one who girded her chastity, so we breathed into her through our angel Gabriel, making her and her son a sign for all peoples, talking about the Virgin Mary. Okay. O prophets, indeed, this religion of yours is only one. And I, now the we turned into I. And I am your Lord, so worship me alone. There you have it. Allah is multiple spirits acting as one Allah. Okay. Now let's go to Surah. We're going to go to Surah 56. Surah 56, verse 58. Surah 56, verse 58. Have you considered what you ejaculate? Verse 59. Is it you who create a child out of it, or is it we who do so. So there you go. They're saying that they are the creator. Right? And you're going to go to 56, verse 63. Have you considered what you sow? Is it you who cause it to grow? Or is it we who do so? If we willed, we could simply reduce this harvest to chaff, leaving you to lament. We have truly suffered a great loss. In fact, we have been deprived of our livelihood. Have you considered the water you drink? Is it you who bring it down from the clouds, or is it we who do so? If we willed, we could make it salty. Will you not then give thanks? Have you considered the fire you kindle? Is it you who produce its trees, or is it we who do so? We have made it as a reminder of the hellfire and a provision for the travelers. So glory the name of your Lord, the greatest. So glorify the name of your Lord, the greatest. They're just saying we do all these things, so glorify us, your Lord, the greatest. I mean, it's not complicated. This is idolatry. You know, it's kind of put in a crafty way, you know, sort of like it can deceive a lame or someone that is not reading it on their own. But this is crafty idolatry, man. And you got it here first and here only. Right here where we serve Yahweh only. The true anointed, spiritually anointed high priest over all Israel. High priest Kahalah. All praises to the Most High God, the true God, the Almighty, the one and only true living God, the true creator of heaven and earth and everything in it, Yahweh. All glory and honor be to Yahweh. I know that was edifying. You know, run it back. Bust down the notes. Share this video. Thumb up this video. Keep the law. Pay your tithes. Keep the law. We're going to get the kingdom together. All praises be to the Most High God. Shalom.